I knew as soon as I set the camera up like this way, there would be a cat involved. Ted, excuse me. Hi peeps, I hope you're well. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. As you can tell, I'm doing a slightly different video today because just my hands are showing. Again, my lovely friend Jade suggested that I should show you all some of the crochet that I do. I love doing crochet in my free time, and let's be honest, I have a lot of free time at the moment. But I just find it so relaxing. I do it while watching TV or a film because I just can't settle when watching something. I need to do something else. I get so fidgety. My wrists do get really sore though. I'm having trouble like up here. This is my strong hand and my weak hand, so I do have to take breaks little and often. But I thought I would show you how to do this V-stitch that I recently learned. You can do whatever you like really when you learn the stitch, and once you learn it, it's not that complicated, it's really easy. But at the moment I'm making a big throw for my friend, so I'll show you how to start one off. It can be anything, a scarf, a blanket, a throw, anything you like. So I'll show you how to start one off, and then I'll show you how to change colours and finish it off at the end, whatever your project you want to choose. I'm never really good at explaining things, so I hope this video helps you. In crochet there's two stitch terms. They're European ones and US ones. I've always learned the US stitch terms, so if you don't know the US ones, this video may confuse you as much as it's confusing me trying to explain it. For this project you can use any type of size wool, any crochet hook, but usually with balls of wool it will give you a recommendation of what hook to use. So this ball of wool is the same as what I've been using here. This does recommend, once it focuses, 10mm, but I've actually been using a 9mm crochet hook. It's just preference really. I just feel that it's comfier to hold. There are different ways you can hold a crochet hook. There's no right or wrong. I sometimes hold it like this, like a pencil, when my hand is feeling much weaker than it does, but then I start off like this way. But you can do it however you want it to be. So without blabbering on any further, as I always do in my intros, let me show you how to start this off. I can hear Ted eating. I hope that's not picking up. It's currently 7:30 in the morning and I'm trying to get this brush done before Jay wakes up.
I wish this girl would get on with the tutorial.
To start your project off, you need to make a slip stitch or a slip knot. With your working yarn, wrap it around 2 fingers and cross over, and then wrap it around the back. This loop here, grab your hook and loop it up and then pull. So you're just making basically just like a normal knot. You can also have the hook in either hand. I'm right-handed, even though it's the weaker hand, but I just feel it's more comfortable holding it this way. So then you can tie it like this, as loose or as tight as you'd like it to be. Now you need to start making chains. The V-stitch like this is made in multiples of chains of 3. So you can do 30 chains, 90 chains. This one that I'm making is 120 chains width. I really hope that makes sense. The more chains you do, the wider your project will be. So to make a chain, you've got your slip knot, slip stitch. This doesn't count as one. To make a chain, you wrap your hook around the yarn and then you pull through this loop that you've just made. That's chain 1. Again, wrap your hook around the yarn and pull through the loop on your hook. That's chain 2. Again, wrap around, pull through. That's chain 3. Wrap around, pull through. Chain 4. Wrap around. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's 10 chains and they all look like these. This is the front of your chain, and then the back of your chain looks like a rope, kind of more bumpy. This is your front of your working chain. We've done 10, let's do 110 more. $99, 100, so 20 more to go. 1, 2, 12, 20. So now you've made your foundation chain and it's pretty long. You may have had a shorter chain depending on what you want to do, like a scarf or a blanket or whatever you want. I'm not telling you what you should make. If you could hear Teddy's moaning. Now you want to start row 1. Row 1 is going to be double crochets and chain 1s. I'll show you how to do that now. You want to do a double crochet on the 4th chain from the hook. So this one on the hook doesn't count. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. So in this hole, you want to do a double crochet. So wrap your yarn around your hook. I don't know if that's been picked up. Ted's not happy. He's moaning that his bowl is half empty or half full. So wrap your hook around the yarn. Insert it into the 4th chain from the hook. Wrap your hook around the yarn again. Pull up a loop. So you've got 3 loops on your hook. Wrap around again and pull through the first 2 loops on your hook. Wrap the yarn around again and pull through those final 2 loops. Now you've done your first double crochet in that chain. So now you want to chain 1, so you wrap your yarn around the hook and pull through that loop on your hook. Then you want to do another double crochet but in the chain next door. So wrap your yarn around the hook, insert into that chain next door, wrap your hook around the yarn, pull a loop up. Ted's causing havoc. Wrap your yarn around the hook, pull through the first 2 loops and wrap your yarn around the hook again and pull through those final 2 loops. Now you've created a V-stitch. Now you want to skip a chain, so skip the one next door to the one you've just done a double crochet in. Then you want to do another double crochet in the chain next door to that. Wrap around, insert your hook into that chain, wrap around and pull up a loop. So you've got 3 loops on your hook. Wrap around, pull through those first 2 loops and then wrap around again and pull through those 2 loops left on your hook. The beginning of a V-stitch. So now you want to make a chain 1. So wrap your hook around the yarn and pull through that loop. So now you want to make the second half of the V-stitch. So in the chain next door to the one you just did a double crochet, you want to make another double crochet. So wrap around, insert your hook, wrap around, pull up a loop, wrap around, pull through 2, wrap around, pull through 2. Now you've got 2 V's. So just going to do that all the way along until you finish the row. So you want to do another double crochet in this chain. So we've just made another V, skip a chain and then do a double crochet in this chain here. Wrap around, insert your hook, wrap around, pull up a loop, wrap around, pull through 2, wrap around, pull through the last 2. Then you want to chain 1, wrap around, pull through that loop on the hook, and then you want to do a double crochet next door to the one you've just done. So in this chain here, wrap around, put your hook in, wrap around, pull up, wrap around, pull through 2, wrap around, pull through those last 2. Now you've made another V. So we're going to continue all the way along, just doing the same thing until you get to the end, and then I'll show you what to do after that. It got so tangled that I had to cut the wool away, so I will sort that later on. This is just one big tangled mess, but I will save that wool and untangle it later on. It's kind of good in a way that it has got tangled, so I can show you how to join extra wool on if you run out of it, or if you need to change colour at some point. I'll show you how I do it. There are different ways on doing it. You can just tie it, but I feel sometimes that tie comes undone. But like I said, I'm not telling you it's the right way. So we've just luckily finished a V, so going to do another V. So I wrap around and then I insert my hook, and then instead of pulling up this loop we have, I pull up the new loop. So we do it like this. And then you just continue from there. So you wrap around your new wool that you've added on, pull through 2, wrap around and pull through 2. And then to make it extra secure, I tie the 2 ends together. So I'll just take my hook out. I do right over left, not too tight, but tight enough so it won't come undone. And then left over right will make a flat knot. There we go. And then when the project is finished, I will just either sew in those ends or chop them. So we'll go back to making our V stitches on our first round, and we have a new start of the wool. So I'm just coming to the end of the row, wrap around, and then do a double crochet in the chain next door to the one you just did. Wrap around, pull up, wrap around, pull through 2, wrap around, pull through 2. Here's your skip one. As there's only one left in there, you just want to do 1 double crochet in the last hole. Two, and round. Now to start your next row, which is going to be slightly different, you want to chain 3. So wrap around, pull through the hoop, wrap around, pull through again, that's 2 chains, wrap around and 3 chains. Then you want to flip your work, so it's just literally flipping it. So everything again is on your left. So row 2 will be the same as every other rows after that, but it's slightly different to row 1 that we've just done. Yes, Ted. So now you want to do a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet in the V holes. Oh my gosh, no, I can't call it that, but let me just show you. So we've started, that will be your first double crochet, chaining 3. So you don't need to work in any of the square holes here, just the holes that you worked a V stitch. So wrap around and then insert your hook into there, that V stitch hole, wrap up, or draw up a loop. So you've got again 3 loops on the hook, wrap around, pull through 2, wrap around, pull through 2. Now you want to chain 1, and then in the same hole do another double crochet. So I didn't talk you through that, but I'm sure you've got the hang of it by now. Alright, Ted wanted more food. I just gave him a little bit of dry, so if you hear crunching in the background, that's what it is. I'm really sorry. So now that you have made a V stitch in the V stitch, you've got to make another one. So we're skipping this hole here, and then we're going to do double crochet, chain 1, double crochet in this next stitch. So wrap around, pull up, wrap around, pull through 2, wrap around, pull through 2. That's the first double crochet, chain 1, wrap around, insert your hook in there, pull up a hook, and wrap around, pull through 2, wrap around, pull through 2. And you're just going to do the exact same for the whole length of the project.
Wrap around, skip this bit, and go in here, wrap around, pull up a loop, wrap around, pull through 2, wrap around, pull through 2. There's a not single crochet, the double crochet, chain 1, wrap around, insert your into the same hole, wrap around, pull up, wrap around, pull through 2, wrap around, pull through 2.
There you go. So we're going to work the same all the way along your chain, and then row 2 will be complete. And then I'll show you how to change colour and finish off the end of a row. He's back. He's back. I need to have the viewfinder clear. Thank you. He's coming back. Yes. So you won't mind Ted joining in. Should have just called this channel Tess and Ted, mainly Ted. He's rubbing his nose against the camera. Oh no, Teddy, don't move it. So now again we're back to wrap around, skip this hole and go in this one, and go up, wrap around, pull 2, wrap around, pull through 2. Hello.
Just look at how cute my paws are.
And chain 1, wrap around, go in here again, and Teddy. Wrap around and pull through those 2 loops, wrap around again and pull those, wrap around again and pull through those 2. You want to do that all the way along. So we're just coming to the end of the row, and we've just been doing exactly the same thing, wrapping yarn around the hook, skipping this kind of square-like hole and going into the V-stitch, wrapping around, pull up the loop, wrapping around again, pull through the first 2 loops, wrap around again, pull through those last 2 loops. Then you chain 1 by wrapping your yarn around and pulling through that loop, wrapping around again and going in for a second double crochet into the same chain space. That's what I should have been calling it, chain space. And then there is 1 V-stitch left, wrapping around, wrap around, pull 2, wrap around, pull 2, chain 1, wrap around, insert, wrap around, up, wrap around, pull through 2, wrap around, pull through 2. My hands are getting so weak and this hand is getting sore. But we're nearly at the end of the row and then I'll take a break. The same video for you. So with this, you'll have like a round loopy left. You just want to do a double crochet in there, as along the way I think I made a mistake. But if you end up with just this hole, just do 1 double crochet. So wrap around, insert hook, wrap around, pull up a loop, wrap around, pull through 2, wrap around, pull through 2, and then that's your row 2 complete, and you're just going to do exactly the same for every single row after this. But now I'll show you how to change colour. If you want to, you can just continue on with the same colour, but I'll show you how to change colour at the end of this row. So the way I do it, I think there are different ways and it's just whatever you prefer or whatever you're comfortable with. But the way I change a colour, before I loop through those 2, that's when I change colour. So I'm just going to go back and take that loop out. So that's like the final bit when you finish the double crochet. So I'll just take it out just to make things maybe more clearer. So then you've got that loop, you're making 1 double crochet, but when you come around to those 2 loops, just don't wrap around and pull through the last 2 again. This is the way I change colour. So I'm just going to go and get the other colour that I'm going to use for this type of blanket, and also show you how to change on this one, even though it's exactly the same. But I always find that if I watch something more than once, it sinks in better. But I'm hoping you've got the hang of it by now. So I'm just going to change it to a darker blue. So I've just got the last 2 loops on the hook, and just the way that I added the extra bit of wool down there, we're just going to add in your new colour any way you like and pull through those last 2 loops on the hook. So you've got your new colour on the hook now. And then with every row, at the end of each row, you're going to chain 3. So 1, 2, and 3. So then I'm going to tie the ends before I cut the old wool, just in case you make a mistake. A bit fiddly. And then just tie. And then you can cut off this bit, leave it about like an inch or something. Now that you've chained 3, you want to flip your work, and then you want to just continue on making double crochets, chain 1, double crochet in each of that chain 1 space where the V stitch is made. So wrap around, miss out this hole here and go in here, wrap around, pull up, wrap around, pull through 2, wrap around, pull through 2, and then chain 1, wrap around, go into that same chain space, wrap around, pull up, wrap around, pull through 2, wrap around, pull through 2. If that's made sense. So you want to do it just all the way around, and then when you come to the end of your row, chain 3, flip your work, and then start again. So I'll show you now how to change colour again on this one, but it's just the same. Don't feel you have to watch if you already have got the hang of it. Let me know what you make if you do follow this pattern. Got a lot more work on this one. I've taken a week to do this, but I think someone with better working hands could do it in a day. I've left off with half my kind of V-stitch, so there's 1 double crochet and I've already chained 1. There's just 1 loop. If you haven't chained it, there's usually 2 loops there, if you can see. So I'll chain 1 again. So wrap around, insert your hook, wrap around, pull up a loop. You've done this before, planing again, and then here's your end of your hole. So just do 1 double crochet in here, but stop when you have just 2 loops on your hook. I've cut the wool. With this pattern I did 4 rows. You can tell if it's a row when there is like a V shape. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. So I did 4 rows green and then I did 3 rows grey. So 1, 2, 3 rows there. Just to change the wool or your colour, it's just the same like I did with the blue ones. So take your new wool you want to change and then just hook it on the hook and pull through those last 2 loops on your hook. Then you have the new colour and chain 3. 1, 2, 3. That's your next row started. And then again, you don't have to do it. You can just weave them in if you like, but I think to make it extra secure that you won't have anything unraveling, just tie it again. As this is quite long, I will turn my work, which gets kind of a bit more trickier when your project gets a bit bigger like this one. You can crochet the strands of wool as you go if you like as well. So I'll show you just how to do that, and then I'll show you how to finish your project off at the end, because I'm sure you're well on the way to finishing it now. Again, wrap around, just do exactly the same as you've been doing before. Skip this first stitch or this first hole and then go into the chain 1 space of your V-stitch, and then grab these 2 and if you can kind of pin it to the top, and as you pull this through it should lock them down like that, and then try and keep them from like slipping. So wrap around, pull through 2, wrap around, pull through 2, chain 1, and then to complete your V-stitch do another double crochet. So wrap around, insert your hook and pin those like the tails down again if you can. Wrap around, pull up a loop, wrap around, pull through 1, 2, wrap around, pull through 1, 2, and there is your V-stitch of your new colour again. So I really hope it's made sense. I know I keep saying that. I will come back when both projects are finished and I'll show you how to finish off your project. It's really easy, so don't worry about it. My hands will see you soon. Don't do that again, Tess. That was just awkward. Just coming to the end of the blanket now. I've taken so long of doing this. It's been about a few weeks and different table because I'm at my mum and dad's, but pattern is still the same. More wool to finish off, and then wrap your hook around, do a last double crochet in the last kind of loop, wrap around, insert your hook, pull up a loop, wrap around, pull through 2, wrap around, pull through 2, and then you want to chain 1, and then you want to cut your yarn whatever length you would like it. I'm going to leave like just over 10 centimeters. And then, as you've chained 1, just pull the loop out and then tie it. That will make a nice knot. And then what you want to do with this tail, you just want to weave it in this top chain or side chain, whatever you feel will look better. I've lost my yarn needle, basically a needle with a big eye to thread your wool through, but just to show you how you could just sew in the ends, I'll just hook it with my crochet. So you can do it whatever way that you feel is best, but the way I do it, I go into the chains at the top and pull through that loop there, and then kind of just do 1 extra loop to pull it through that one. That'll make like another knot there. I hope that came up. Or you could just pull that loop all the way through like that and do that all the way along until you feel comfortable that it's not going to unravel itself. You would not want that after 2 weeks work or after however long you worked on a big project. Just going to chop that bit of wool. The kitten is playing. See if I can like get her. There she is. If it's not Ted, it's not Alfie, it's not Helga, not Gail, it's Audrey. So here is the full project. It's absolutely massive. I could make it longer and wider. Let me know down in the comments what you've made, if you've made anything. I would love it if you would snap me or tweet me your creations, or even Instagram. I would love to see what you've made. Thank you so much for watching if you've got this far. I think it's going to be quite a long video, but I really hope you enjoyed it. Please give me a little thumbs up. This is awful. Please give me a little thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you'd like to be and not already. Oh, the dog just snorted. Let me know if you want to see any more of this. I'll try my best to film it. Other than that, thank you so much for watching again, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Do it this way. I don't know. That was awful. Alright, see you next time.